Hello, this is Dalen Soderman with Week 4 Lab, Choose and Win. To start the program, we have the inclusion of iOS Stream and IO We have the usage of std as a prefix to all of namespace. Lines 25 to 41 are the initial function title. It's a void statement. This hasn't changed very much aside from extra additions down in the cout statements here to include the extra additions to this program. Lines 45 to 50 is a second void function that displays the title. New additions here is the printing of the index of board array, and also the set W at the third column down was changed from 10 to 7. Lines 52 to 57 declare two users and takes the input for the first user. Line 59 checks if the user is in range. Then it changes the array to X when they input any type of number. Then in case of an error on the input side, it says there is an input error, try again, and then it does all of this again. Line 71 prompts player 2. Then it uses a while loop to check if they're in range. And if they are in range, it will change their selection to an O and display the board array, much like it does for player 1. Then in line 87 is a start to a bool statement of the character, the board array. And then lines 89 to 103 check for if player 1 wins on rows. Lines 105 to 119 check for player 1 wins in the columns. And lines 121 to 130 check for player wins in the diagonals. And this is done by checking each index of the rows, columns, or diagonals if they are equal to X. And if they are, then it says that player 1 wins. And this is the same type of logic used for all of player 2. 136 to 150 checks for player 2 wins in rows. Does it for columns. On 152 to 166. 163 to 177, it checks for player 2 wins on the diagonals. Then, if none of these are true, it returns false. And this is important later down in main. Then in main, on line 185, we have the declaration of the board array from 1 to 9. Then on 190, we have the function call of the title to display the title for this assignment. Then on line 194, it calls the choose function to choose whatever part of the array needs to be changed by either user, and then it will do so. And then it checks if there is a winner, and if there is a winner, it breaks this. If there is not a winner, and instead the maximum of this is reached, it will output a cout statement that says the program ended in a tie. And then it terminates on 206, and then the end of main is on 207. There were a couple challenges with this. I wasn't able to get it to stop after the first player input. So let's say player 1 chooses the first box right here, and then player 2 isn't very smart and chooses 9. And then it changes that to a 0. Sorry, an O. And then we'll do this for the rest of player 1. We'll say he went 4, player 2 went 5 because they're not very smart. And then players 1 went 7. And this is the issue. It will still ask for player 2's input, but it will still display the winner as long as player 2 doesn't get a winning diagonal or anything like that. And then let's say 3. Player 1 wins in column 1, this being column 1. That's all I got.